Today we are entering the 4-day body mind transformation program, and as you know, we already passed through the 3-day cycle last night, and we already learn and apply on the universal law principle of 3, and we all explain about how to use the oily mixture to get into the center organ in the middle of our body, as well as in the middle of the stomach on the left side and the liver on the right side, to have a connection from that center to the headquarters. So the central nervous system will send out all the information to connect all the internal organs together, as well as all the meridian and the cell in our body. And after that, it will send the signal to the circulation system. The circulation system will transport all the information to all the single cell. And after that, it carry out all the byproduct, waste product, or toxic substance in every single cell of our body to be eliminated out. So that's what we did for the last night. And if anyone not really practice correctly according to the instruction, we may have another opportunity for tonight. And then for 7 special objects, 7 different group of people, okay, with more disease, more disorder, we may have opportunity to continue to a next few nights for the oily mixture, to maximum 7 nights of mixture. All right. Why we use 7? Because as I explained to you, for the rainbow spectrum for human being, it's 7. So that is the basic cycle for the human being in this universe. Okay. The 3-day cycle, that is the basic cycle for everything in this universe. But for the human being, the 7-day cycle, that's why you see that we make up a week of 7 days, and then the spectrum of our rainbow would have a 7 color, and then the circadian rhythm in our body is following the 777. You see the moon affect to the water in our planet every 7-day cycle. So after 2 weeks, okay, it dry up and it's going down. After 4 weeks, okay, it's drying up and going down, etc. So 7-day cycle is the main cycle for our human body. So that's why today is the 4 days. Okay, today is the 4th day, the middle day of our 7-day cycle. So now it comes back similarly like the 2nd day is the 3rd day cycle. So today it's very important because the energy, you see here, the energy continue to going up to the flatter, to the higher peak. Okay, so it will help us to get to restore. And as you see the green color, okay, we already applied that. The green color, this is the beginning of life. Everything will start. You see, any seed, it starts the first life with the sprouting, and when it hits to the sunlight, the what they call the photosynthesis reaction will occur, and then the green light and the green color will come out, right? So that is the starting of the life. And also the green color is the refresh or renew after the winter. After the winter, you don't see any green color, right? But after the winter over, the springtime comes and the first leaf coming out, sprouting again, okay, we start to see the green color. So that's why the green color is not only the beginning of life, but also the beginning of the renew, okay, refresh or revitalize. So that's in the nature, and what in our body, the same thing. When we activate this mechanism, when we get the oily mixture to the gallbladder and the liver in the central vertical axis, it will help us to restore that mechanism in our body. And today, again, the 4th day, to say the universal energy, it will go up to the high peak, so it helps us to revitalize, refresh, and renew every single thing in our body. And also at noontime today, it will pass the vertical axis, the symmetry. When it passes through that vertical axis, it will have to reset the balance state, because symmetry, it will reset the balance state. Okay, the balance state, that means the central, okay, the balance, and that's the unity, okay, the harmony and the happiness. Right? So the principle of life very, very clear. So today, again, very important day. That's why today, in the morning, we were talking about the benefit of sitting position, especially many people maybe call that a sitting meditation, but I don't call that a sitting meditation. Why? Because I want you to bring this into your normal activity as much as possible. When you think that only sitting meditation and have it be a special place, a special time, something like that. So you cannot bring that activity, bring that into your daily activity as much as possible. So it's not bringing out a lot of benefit. Most of our time and most of people will use the sitting posture majority of our time. Only some group of people, they work in a chain, right? So they have to in the standing position. People have to move around, so in the standing and working position. But I think majority people will use the sitting meditation as the main position, the main posture in our daily life. All right. So that's why this is very important if we know how to sit correctly. All right. So I just call peaceful sitting. Okay, peaceful sitting. First, because sitting is the normal, basic posture in our daily activity. Right? Secondly, peaceful. That means peace our physical posture, peace our mind, bring it together, and unify and harmony as much as possible. And if we don't want to be peaceful, okay, so you don't want to sit down. If you want to sit down, you have to be peaceful, all right? And that's why it's very important in this posture. We have standing, working, sitting, and laying down. When we're laying down, usually we fall asleep, okay? So the mind no longer be awake to observe, to detect, and to correct the problem. Okay, we already explained this in the session of relaxation, screening, and healing at the noontime already, right? So when we find something wrong, we know how to fix that. If we still have a consciousness, still have a mindfulness, okay? So when we sleep, the consciousness may be going down to the subconsciousness, no longer have a consciousness. When we sleep, we don't have the concentration, the mindful anymore. So that's why it's very difficult to detect the problem. If we cannot detect the problem, we cannot fix the problem. That's why laying down is not a good position for detecting, finding, and correcting the problem. Standing or working. Standing, we cannot stand for long. Okay? And working, we have to pay attention to external objects, so otherwise we don't hit and we don't fall. So that way it's not really good for concentration inside. So only sitting is the best position. And then also, we already learned from the last 3 days, 65 to 70% of our body is water or the fluid, and the basic structure of the water is 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogen with the angle of 120 degrees. It's exactly the same like the posture when we sit down cross-legged, okay, or sitting down on the ground. So that's why sitting position is the basic, simple, the nature already set up for us. And then if we know how to do it correctly, it has a lot of benefit. And that's why I recommend we try to take advantage of correct sitting position. All right. So again, sitting, we have many different ways. You can sit on the floor, you can sit on a chair, you can sit wherever. Okay. But the advantage of sitting, because when we stand, okay, when we stand up, and as you know that the law of attraction, when we stand up in the vertical position, right, we are explained already, the heavy, dirty waste product will be settled out. So if we stand up too long or we keep moving in the vertical position, most of our dirty waste product will deposit down to our colon. Okay, that is the solid one, and the liquid one will deposit in bladder. Right? But some it may go down to the thigh, to the calf, to the leg. All right, so that's why some people have edema, have a very cold, whatever the problem, down to the leg. Okay, because the gravity is still pulling down. Okay, so that's why vertical position, standing or working, is not really the best one. And then also that we talk about the dirty waste product. How about the energy? The good energy, the blood carry the nutrition, the sugar, or whatever.